What is up, everybody? Jeremy Ice and Fire here, and welcome to the channel. Season 2 of From is officially back in full swing, and it is off to a phenomenal start. Everything that we loved about Season 1, the mystery, the horror, the suspense, the edge-of-your-seat feeling about every episode that aired, is back in full swing, and I have a feeling Season 2 is going to be quite a ride. And today, we are going to take a look at the Season 2 premiere, Strangers in a Strange Land, take a look at some of the new characters that we have to look forward to, and take a look at some of the biggest mysteries that are still yet to be answered in the series of From. And hopefully, by the end of Season 2, maybe, just maybe, we can have some of those answers. One thing that I really enjoyed about the Season 2 premiere is that it picked up right where Season 1 left off. There were no big time jumps or anything like that to explain. We got right into the action right where we saw our characters last. Which, of course, we saw Jim and the people at the Colony House complete their radio tower in hopes of reaching a signal out beyond whatever plane of existence they seem to be stuck in. And just as Jim and Jade start to get the radio tower working, we start to see a massive storm start to roll in, which is something I haven't recalled seeing before this episode. I don't remember there being any bad weather in any of the previous episodes until this finale. And we did hear Sarah tell Boyd earlier that she believed, or at least her brother believed, that this place would, quote, push back if someone attempted to leave too much. Almost like the place was angry. Which we do get confirmed later on when we see the mysterious boy in white show up right in the nick of time to help out Sarah and Boyd, and that is exactly what he says as well, that her brother was right and that the place is angry, most likely due to their escape attempts. And speaking of Sarah and Boyd, we last see them when they are in the woods searching for the mysterious light that they happen to see at the end of the previous episode, when they just so happen to get dragged through the forest by Lord only knows what. And of course, throughout the course of their trek, Boyd is starting to feel a little bit weaker and weaker as they go on, most likely due to the spider bites that he received in the previous episode. And I do have a theory as to what could potentially be happening to Boyd because of these spider bites, but I will save that for another video. But suffice to say, I don't think the spider bites will have an adverse effect on Boyd in the long run. I think they might have a good effect on him in the long run, but more on that later. And just as Boyd and Sarah are in the woods, it's starting to get dark, which means the monsters would most likely be coming out pretty soon. The boy in white shows up just in the nick of time to help Sarah and Boyd find their way to one of the faraway trees, who mysteriously teleports you to Lord only knows where. And one thing I did notice here about the mysterious boy in white is that when he is communicating with Sarah, his lips are not moving, so he is clearly communicating with her telepathically. And it seems like Boyd is not able to see the boy in white like Sarah can. It seems like only certain people can perceive the boy in white, like Sarah, Ethan, Victor, and probably Jade for that matter. I wouldn't be surprised if Jade could perceive the boy in white as well. He definitely seems like he is tapping into some type of thing that is going on here in the town. Which leads me to another theory that I have. It seems like there are certain characters in this town that seem to be tapping into the supernatural aspect of whatever is going on a little bit more than others. We see the example of Sarah being the first person that is able to hear these mysterious voices that were guiding her in Season 1 to do some pretty heinous things at times. Ethan and Victor, of course, are able to see the mysterious boy in white, which not everybody is able to do, and I have a feeling that their drawings are going to play a big part into what is going to be going on in the future. The creators of the show have stated in the past that the mythology of the show is going to be at the heart of the story going forward. So I definitely think the drawings are going to play a part going forward. Just like I think the symbol that Jade keeps seeing is going to play a part as well. Every time that symbol pops up where Jade is concerned, it seems to be followed by some weird vision, whether it's the vision of the guy crushed by a rock in the cubby, or whether it's the vision of the Civil War soldier that is chasing Jade down. And since I don't believe in coincidences where this show is concerned, I don't think it is random that the Civil War soldier is also right around the same time period as the date that is written on the piece of paper that Boyd finds inside that bottle that is hanging from the tree deep in the forest. And it is also one of the same dates that is written on the wall in Tabitha's vision when she seems to be walking up that spiral staircase. There's a bunch of different numbers that are on the wall if you look behind her, and one of them is 1864, the same number in Boyd's bottle, and most likely the same time period of the Civil War soldier that is chasing Jade. So there are a ton of mysteries that are still yet to be uncovered where From is concerned, and I cannot wait till we dive into more of these. Season 2 continues off right where Season 1 ended, and we see the mysterious bus that has pulled up at the diner. And of course, one of the first things that many of us noticed about the bus was the Grand Rapids sign on the front of it. And of course, Grand Rapids is the same place where Chrissy's fiance is from. And I think all of us had a good idea just who was going to be on that bus when it pulled up. And lo and behold, there is Christy's fiance on the bus, just like we thought. We don't know a whole lot about the rest of the passengers that arrived on the bus, although we do know the name of one, Elijah. And Elijah, I have a feeling, is going to be a pivotal character going forward, because it seems like Elijah wakes up on that bus, looks around, sees the town that he is in, and instantly starts freaking out. Like he knows where he is, he knows what this town is, and he knows that they cannot be there. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see what that is all about. I know he mentions one thing about a dream that he had, so maybe he dreamed about the town and that's how he knows about it, but something is going on there. I'm looking forward to finding out who this Elijah character is and how exactly and what exactly does he know about this town. At the very least, I have a feeling Elijah will probably be another one of these people that's a little bit more in tune or tapped into something that is going on here in the town. Clearly, he already knows about the town in some way, shape, or form, but more than that, when he falls down and has the seizure that he has later on, at the exact same time of his seizure, the house collapses and falls on Jim. And as I don't believe in coincidences where this show is concerned, I have a feeling there is some type of correlation there. But so far, that is about all we know about the new characters that have arrived on the bus. I'm sure we will learn a little bit more about some of the other ones in the next coming episodes, and it looks like there are some pretty intriguing characters there, so it's going to be interesting. And it'll also be interesting to see what kind of dynamic develops between Kenny, Christy, and her fiance now that she is in town. We also see Victor and Tabitha making their way through the underground tunnels that they discover at the end of Season 1, where Tabitha was digging the hole to try and find out where the electricity is coming from. And they end up finding where the monsters end up spending the daytime. The monsters notoriously only come out at night, so they have to be somewhere during the day, and now we know exactly where they are. It looks like there is a vast underground network of tunnels that the monsters sleep in during the day. And Victor and Tabitha have a very harrowing escape trying to get out of these tunnels before the monsters wake up. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get to see any of Sarah in this episode, so I'm not sure where her faraway tree took her, but we did see where Boyd ended up. Now, at the end of Season 1, we see Boyd hop into his faraway tree, and he gets transported into some type of shaft, some type of chimney, a well, or something of that sort. And here we get to finally see what is at the top of that shaft. After being trapped down there for a little bit, Boyd ends up hearing a voice that offers to help him get out of his predicament if Boyd will help him in return. And Boyd, of course, agrees to help, and the party up top drops down a rope for Boyd to climb out of. Now, Boyd gets to the top, and this is where the real question begins. The first question I had was, how exactly did this guy throw this rope down to Boyd if he is chained to a wall? Which, of course, is the first thing we see. The guy that is at the top of the shaft seems to be handcuffed to a wall. So I'm not quite sure how he threw Boyd the rope in the first place. Maybe there was somebody else up there with him originally. It's hard to tell. But I'm really looking forward to finding out what is going here. It looks like this guy has been chained up here for a very, very long time. His hair is all long, his clothes are all torn and worn, and some of the stuff around him definitely seems kind of period correct. The shackles definitely do not look like modern shackles. They look like more from the 18th or 17th century. So something is going on here. I'm really looking forward to finding out who this guy is and where exactly is Boyd. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Where do you think Boyd ended up? Who are some of these new characters that have arrived on the bus? And who exactly is this Elijah character? And how exactly does he know about this town? Is it simply that he just had a dream about it? Or is there something more going on? I would love to know what you guys think overall. But that is going to do it for us today. Don't forget to hit that like on your way out, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications to stay up to date on all of our upcoming content, as we will be covering all things From going forward. And don't forget to join us every week for our live after show, where we will be diving into the latest episodes and talking all things From. And as always, I want to thank everybody out there for watching, and we will see you on the next one.
Thank you.